Hi everyone, thank you for this opportunity to share with you my stream of consciousness about what happened here yesterday. You see behind me a list of our 2015 priorities and a list of our 2015 first quarter priorities. Each blue thing is not necessarily a priority, but each line is a definitive one, and I'll go over those in a little bit. But let's share how we got there as a team. First, we all sat down, and it was me, Mary Lou, Allison, and Anna representing all the sales reps, and she did a phenomenal job. Rock on, kudos to her for being here, bringing her thick skin to the table, because I'm sure it wasn't easy being the only rep here. That being said, we set ground rules for the day, and we stuck to those. I made clear expectations of what my intentions were and what I thought I would be able to deliver by the end of the day, and I believe I did that 100%, if not 95%. A little short on the theme. Anyway, we agreed to commit to being full in and full energy, and everyone gave it everything they had. Then it went into defining our core values. We've had this set for a long time. We've needed a new one. Nobody except me really knows what they are, and the truth is they're more me, not anyone else. So we rewrote those under the acronym of REPS, and we'll roll those out to you shortly after they're wordsmithed a little bit and get some feedback before we tweak it for final to push out to the general public sometime early in 2015. But I think you'll really love what we've come up with. That being said, we then went into a full 2014 review of all of our vendors' businesses. The overall business, by rep, looked at direct orders, looked at commissions being paid from them, and came up with some thoughts and ideas and decisions based on some of your requests, which we'll share later on in the week. Then we read out loud, one person read the wins, another person read all the feel of the teams, another person read all the lessons learned, and then I read the outstanding players. It was really cool to listen to what everyone had to say about everyone on the team and give those thoughts, good, bad, or indifferent. Thank you very much for that. We then reviewed the strengths, weaknesses, and trends, put them up on paper. I shot pictures of everything. I'll send it to you in a little while. But we took a look at those strengths, weaknesses, and trends and kind of narrowed each of them down to the top 4. And those will be reoccurring within our quarterly themes, our yearly themes. And as one goes away as a weakness, it'll be, I'm sure, replaced by another. As one strength gets stronger, it'll keep moving to the top. But the idea is to have 4 consistent, whether it's the strengths, weaknesses, and trends, or strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I like the first one a little bit better because it's a little newer. Anyways, then we discussed our 3-year company targets, what I thought they were, and my thought has been about 15% revenue sales growth by sales rep over each year over the next 3 years with no additional salespeople. We reviewed our clear annual targets for 2015. Average rep sales and revenue to increase by 15% is the one target that I'm keeping in mind. And then we took some opportunity to look at the priorities that you sent us, took a look at the starts, the stops, the continues, the strengths, the weaknesses, the trends, the core values, to come up with what should be our 2014 top 3 priorities for the year based on all the information that we had out on paperwork in front of us, as well as how we thought we were performing to the 10 Rockefeller habits, which was an interesting survey in and of itself. If you haven't read those, please read those Rockefeller habits. They're good to know. It'll take us at least 18 months to implement all of them decently, probably longer to implement them well. Then we looked at and came up with this list of priorities, and there's 3 of them on here quickly. Number 1 priority for 2015 is to design and implement a clear and compelling communication strategy around to our sales reps, to our customers, and to our vendors. Allison in charge of that. Another clear priority for the year is to be focused on our top vendors and adding only top vendors, and I own that one. And the third one is define and implement a communication and sales reporting strategy. And Mary Lou's going to add that to hers since she sends commissions out on a monthly basis anyway. So you'll start seeing some changes in the information coming from her, and everything will be defined so you know what you should be getting when. Then we took a look at what we're going to do over the next 90 days, because it's easy to say what I want to do over a whole year, but I've got 90 days to get some shit done. What should I focus on the most? And we came up with, after once again looking at the priorities, looking at the strengths, the weaknesses, the trends, the starts, the stops, the continues, the core values, and everything else that was the wins, the lessons learned, the congratulations, everything that was put out in front of us from everyone. And what we came up with were these two. There's actually three things over here on the left-hand side that are really just items that can be knocked off in an email or two. But our two core priorities for the first quarter of 2015 are a clear focus on our top 10 lines in Q1 to drive sales and momentum. And Allison actually owns that. She has to keep me in check, so I'm not adding anything new, and I'm not going looking for little squirrel. Want to focus over here, but to keep our focus on those top 10, because that seems to be what drives our revenue. The number two thing, which I own, is all about core values. So it'll get rolled out to everyone. We'll get a little better understanding of what it's all about, how it's the foundation of who we are and what we are as a business and as a company, as human beings, what the actions that we do on a regular basis that prove that those core values are alive and well within our organization. It is the filter through which all decisions will be made. Hiring and firing of vendors, hiring and firing of customers, hiring and firing of people, and just how we make decisions. If it can't go through that core filter, that core value filter, it's not a core value, and it's not a decision that I want to be making. So there's our whole thing. I'll send you the list. I'm totally stoked about this process. I've never been super excited about the end of a planning process with Chris and company in the past. And I was a little tentative going into this one, but I felt super energized afterwards. Totally excited about what we got going on, and looking forward to an amazing 2015. Certainly the first quarter with everyone. I'll see you down in Florida. Cheers.